are the freshmen playing like typical, outside of jury the other four, are they playing like typical freshmen or are they ahead of them?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think typical freshman would be the right term, but I mean, they're learning things for the first time. And, you know, you look at our team right now, with the exceptions of Josh and Darren, no one else has played major minutes at the Division I level for a game. And Mike Roll did for a period a couple of years ago when he was a freshman. He was forced into the starting role for 3 games. But you know, with experience, you guys will get better. But we're making a lot of mistakes.
When you watch the film from the Garden, what did you see mistake-wise from the freshman stuff?
Which game?
Just kind of mix them together, melt them together, and what you see that they're probably.
But just being able to stay in front of the ball defensively, taking good care of the basketball. Just still learning, you know, what we're doing offensively. Just normal fundamental things, being under control, blocking out on defense.
Just pretty much every.
Yeah, but you know, it's true of everybody though. It's not just of the freshmen, unfortunately. I mean, we have breakdowns. Part of that is when you're playing, you know, high-level games early in the season like this, you're going to have that. I mean, I'm watching some other games late last night throughout the country, and you know, unless you're a team that returns a lot of experience, like for example we had a year ago, it's hard to play at a high level early in the year.
Do you wish they went back to starting a lot later? You used to start late November.
I used to remember that our first game was after Thanksgiving. And it was Thanksgiving weekend. Like this weekend coming up was typically your first game. So you usually had about 30 practices under your belt before you actually played a game that counted. And that has changed, and it's not going away because it's television. I mean, you know, TV just keeps moving the season up because there's more opportunity to televise.
Would you rather have it the other way? I understand it's not going back. Is there a preference?
Yeah, I would rather have a season start a little later than it starts. But, you know, it's... Actually, what I'd rather have, to be honest with you, Brian, I'd like to see our practice, where we start official practice, start October 1st. I think that would be the answer. You know, the kids are already here. Let's start official practice October 1st instead of this year, which was the 17th. You can already, you know, you can actually have practice with your whole team. It's only 2 hours a week. But I mean, you know, teams are, you know, the season's moved up so much now that it makes sense to allow teams to start practicing earlier. That would be much better, because then you'd have the whole month of October to practice, you know, and really, you know, get kids used to, you know, a lot of different things before you actually have games starting in November.
How much more productive are the practices now than, say, the first practices you had around the 17th? Is it getting to the point where you can get a lot more done?
I don't know that. I mean, I thought they were productive too. Remember, you have to go through a process. I mean, you're doing things step by step in terms of teaching. So you have to go through those beginning practices to build a foundation for what you're trying to do. And so that foundation process is always important. You know, what we're teaching, what we're trying to, you know, work on, and then building on that.
Coach, would you like Darren Collison to attempt more three-pointers?
I just like him to shoot more, period. I mean, he's shooting 62% from the field, 66% from three, 92 from the line. It would be good for our team to understand that the more shots Darren gets, the better it is for our team.
How does he get more shots?
We've got to do a better job getting him more shots. Like, I thought he turned down a couple of jump shots late in the Michigan game that I wish he would take. But you know, he is playing unselfish. You know, Darren's taking just like 10 shots a game or something like that right now. Although, you know, a couple of our games have been very, you know, grinded out, slowed down affairs. We need him to be the guy. Darren Collison should take the most shots on the team. He's our best shooter.
Does he have to find the shot by creating it himself or by
No, I
spotting
mean,
out?
he had, there's 2 threes that broke the game up in Southern Illinois, and neither one was one where he created, and they were created because we set screens for him or found him open on a broken play.
Right now, he's 5th on the team in 3 points, shots attempted. So you would think that he would, does he recognize that he needs to shoot more? Have you told him a number of times that he
Yeah.
needs to shoot and he's just trying to play unselfishly?
No, I don't know that. I mean, he takes good shots. I think we've got to do a better job all around taking good shots and being a little more patient so the ball will get back to him taking an open shot.
Would you also like to get Drew Holiday more touches in the offense, do you think?
Yeah, that'll come for him. I mean, our opponents are shooting 45% and we're turning the ball over too much. Those are my 2 biggest concerns right now. We were outboarded in our last game against Southern Illinois. We've got a lot of things to work on in all phases of the game, not just one specific phase. It's every phase.
With the turnovers, is that just something you have to harp about to the players, or how do you?
Yeah, like yesterday, every time we had a turnover, the team that turned it over had to run. I mean, there's got to be more, accountability every time you're making a mistake. There's got to be consequences, because that's how it is in the game. It really hurt us, for example, against Michigan when we had 17 turnovers. I think 12 of them in the first half. We had like a 9-1 lead, we have the ball, and we're trying to throw a lob pass, and we turn it over 4-on-2. Or we have a 14-7 lead, and we step out of bounds on a cross-court pass and a jump shot. Those are just plays we can't afford to make.
Was there a time in New York during those 2 games when you were pleased with how the team played defensively?
Yeah, there were times when we played very good defense. I thought the first half against Michigan, overall, we did a good defensive effort. A lot of the points they scored were off our turnovers. Josh had 2 turnovers early in the game when we were up 9-1. We missed Darren turned it over, they came down and missed, scored, and then we had 2 turnovers that led to layups. So if you look at how they scored, you take away the scores off of our turnovers, we did a very good job. The second half, our defense wasn't as good. They shot 61%, and some of them made some tough shots. 44 made a 26-foot 3, and then the kid Douglas made a very difficult 3 late in the game when they were down 1 to put them up 2, where he wasn't even squared up from NBA 3. So you got to give them credit. They made some tough shots when they needed to. And we were actually scoring pretty well the last 7 minutes of that game, but we couldn't get stops. Every time we got a stop, we seemed to come down and get a basket.
Now, when you watch the tape, what did Josh do in that game to get in such trouble? Why?
Just his turnovers were bad turnovers. I mean, he had 6 turnovers in the game. Jumping in the air to pass, not jump stopping, running the guy over. Late in the game, he had a chance to get out for down low. He made the pass, but he ran the guy over because he didn't stop. He didn't jump stop. And, that's something that the whole team has to get better at.
Coach,
5th-year guys.
Go ahead.
James Keefe has taken 19 shots this year, and 8 have been 3-point shots. Would you like him to try to look more to score down low?
Not necessarily. I just like him to make the shots. He's had open looks. What's really upsetting is he's 1 for 8 from the foul line. He's shooting 12%. So he took extra foul shots yesterday at the end of practice. James is, Josh has the most defensive rebounds with 17. James has the most offensive rebounds, I think, with 16 or 15. And they're doing a good job that way. James is a good defender, but he's got to shoot the ball with more confidence. And he had a couple that went in and out, unfortunately, for him. I'm sorry, Brian.
Oh, Josh. fifth year senior, shouldn't he know all this jump stopping and stuff? I'm guessing you may have mentioned it to him once or twice.
They don't really, the tough part is you're not working with your players in the summer and they're up, playing basketball. That's not part of their game. It's just like they don't really see it as much in the NBA. Our game is different than the NBA game, for example, because they have 3-second defensive violations. In other words, there's more spacing just because of the rules when you play at the NBA level. Whereas in college basketball, everybody can be packed in. So if you're not under control and not stopping, and Drew Holiday's figured it out. I thought Drew, in watching the film, made some fantastic passes. He doesn't have as many assists as you would think. His passes led to a lot of fouls in Alfred's case on Friday's game. He really passed the ball well, and he's getting better at that.
Did you see a scenario where the ball's in his hands more to create on offense for others?
I think he's already doing that sometimes. Kind of what I indicated.
Did you want him to do it more?
Yeah,
or is that still Darren's main?
But Darren's still our point guard, so the ball will be in his hands the most. But we may have to look to have him ball more intrusive. Just from the standpoint, we need to run Darren off of more screens and get him more shots. And we need to get Darren calls and shoot more. He's such a good shooter.
What can you do for Josh to get him more effective? He's 2 of 12 from three-point right now. What else can he do to be more effective offensively?
Not focus so much on worrying about the shot, but doing all the other things, and then let the game come to him. And I think that will help resolve some of it. When you get too caught up and worry about your shot, don't worry about defense. He's, like I said, done a very good job. We have him back on the shot, so he's done. I've really been pleased with his rebounding this far. To get 5 rebounds a game has been a real positive. And his 6 turnovers in the game Thursday is uncharacteristic of him. And he has 8 turnovers on the season, but 6 in just one game.